We're packed to the brim with civilians, Captain. I don't think we could fit one more soul on this ship. Communications are still jammed, so we can't reach the Renown or the Kittimer. The immediate problem is the civilian ships in this system. Vega's a huge trading outpost. There are always ships traveling here. We need to warn them the Borg have taken over. Possibly, but what we need to do is hightail it out of here with these civilians. Of course, the path to the satellites does lead away from the planet, so we could remotely reconfigure them as we leave. The message won't get very far, but anyone who enters the system will get the signal and be able to turn around before it's too late. Multiple probes inbound. I don't think the Borg like us hanging around. Never thought I'd wish I was back at the Academy studying for the astrometrics final.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours. your shields and prepare to be ordered. All light work will be assimilated.
A cube? Guess it's our time to go out and blaze of glory.
All hands, this is Admiral Janeway. Target that cube and open fire. You've done well. Now let's finish this. Sorry about the delay. Dealing with the Borg at Pollux took longer than I'd have liked. As you can see, Starfleet got our request for backup. More ships are on the way. Oh, you'd be surprised, Captain. Mirandas are a lot tougher than you think. That ship helped you save a lot of lives here today. Treat her well, and she'll do a lot more for you and your crew. I want you to return to Earth space dock. Admiral Quinn will want a full report from us. Meet me in his office after you arrive.
Captain Volok told us to get to Earth's space dock, and I think he's right. We need to get the civilians to safety, and I don't think I can handle any more excitement.
I'll see you back at Earth space dock, Captain. One more thing. Try not to pick any more fights with the Borg before you get there. I think you've had enough excitement for now. Janeway out.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
The shuttle to Saturn will leave at 0830 hours. Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha. Security teams, report to docking bay 8. Condition Alpha. Repeat. All conditions are Alpha in the protocol.
Ah, there you are. It's good to see you in person. I've already filed my report with the Admiral. He's waiting for yours now. You've showed exemplary performance under duress. You saved a lot of people, including Captain Taggart. You stood tall against the Borg in combat. That's a lot to face as a cadet on a training cruise, but you handled it all very well. I've said as much in my report. Now, more than ever, Starfleet needs its best and brightest officers out there to defend the Federation and uphold the ideals that make it strong. Officers like you. I can't speak for the Admiral, but I believe you and your crew have a bright future ahead. Don't mention it. For now, duty calls. You have a report to give, and I'll be meeting with the Admiralty to discuss plans for the Vega situation. Take care.
We have a lot to discuss, Cadet.
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition
Yes,
Alpha.
I see that here in the report filed by Admiral Janeway. She granted you a field promotion to give you seniority over the rest of the active crew of your ship. As a cadet, you were assigned to an Academy training cruise under Captain Taggart, his acting first officer, correct? Facing off against a Borg invasion force within hours of leaving Starfleet Academy? You've had quite a day. In your own words, tell me what happened out there. That's quite the story. Don't worry. I have statements here from Admiral Janeway, Captain Nog, and Administrator Post from Vega Colony corroborating your story. All three of them cite your bravery and command skills, as well as you and your crew's willingness to put yourselves in harm's way to preserve the lives of others. And you're exactly the kind of officer Starfleet needs. I know your ship might not be the Enterprise, but I think you've proven yourself capable of sitting in her captain's chair.
All available ships, please prepare.
Under normal circumstances, it would take you years of work to get your own command. But these are not normal circumstances. We're at war with the Klingon Empire. The Borg have returned. I'm losing more trained officers and ships than I can spare. Ships we can build, but leaders with courage and honor? Those are harder to find. It's time to try something different. I need someone who can handle themselves in a crisis and get the best out of their crew. Even though you're young, I think you're that person. I hereby promote you to the rank of lieutenant and give you command of the ship. Don't disappoint me. You will be assigned to the Klingon front, but first, you could use some new equipment for your ship. I have some improved consoles developed by the Starfleet Corps of Engineers. These consoles can be installed on your ship to improve its abilities. As you improve in rank, you will earn better consoles. Other ships you will command throughout your career will have space for many more. When you're done here, go see Durr's racks to customize your starship's appearance.
Priority contact on sensors. Incursion reported in the Andor system. All available ships, please prepare for departure.
There's been a breakthrough in our efforts to learn more about the Terran Empire's operations in the Mirror universe. Our intelligence forces would like you to be a part of the plan going forward. Report to our intel agent on Jupiter Station. They'll have more details for you there. There's been an incident at Jupiter Station. Admiral Janeway is leading the relief operations there and has asked for backup. I'd like you to join the Admiral at Jupiter Station and provide any... We have a Alliance... We're sending... I'm afraid I have... The Lucari have been working on a project and one of our... Admiral J... We have a... Report to our...
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha. Repeat, condition Alpha.
Good morning. I realize the risk you've all taken in being here to stand at our side in this dark hour. On behalf of Starfleet and the Federation, thank you. The interstellar entity known as the Other is approaching this system as we speak. Conventional methods of engagement have proven futile against the entity, but we have been able to limit the raiding conducted by the Terran fleets accompanying them. Under the guidance of the Terran Emperor, the Other will erase Earth from existence in a matter of hours. Once that happens, they will continue their reign of terror, eliminating the core worlds of every Alliance faction, and anyone else brave enough to stand against them. The time to act, to make a stand, is now. I realize the odds are against us here. We're facing an enemy with a power level unheard of. But there is still hope. We have a plan.
A plan, Admiral? How do you intend to defeat a being of godlike power?
We have established contact with someone who knows the Emperor well. We believe they hold the key to victory in this conflict. We're ready. Energize.
Admiral Quinn is correct. I know the Emperor very well. After all, I am his mother. There have been concerns about my son in the Empire for some time. It was decided that a contingency plan was required, in case he ever lost control. That time has come. For years, I've been working on a means to disrupt his great powers. We need to strike before he is fully merged with that thing. Before he loses the last elements of his humanity. Before he is no longer my son.
Long-range sensors have picked up the Other at the edge of the system. They're on a direct course to Jupiter. Jupiter Station has a unique holographic defense system in place, but it'll only last so long against the Other and their Terran escorts. I'd like you to deliver a system upgrade module to the station to aid with their defense. The Lisette will be leading a task force at Mars. Evacuation has already begun, but they'll need all the time you can buy them at Jupiter. Enterprise will be here, on standby, in case of emergency. Once the evacuations are complete at Jupiter and Mars, you're to fall back to Earth and join the remaining defense fleets.
All hands go to red alert. Repeat, all hands, red alert.
Corrin to fleet. Prepare for battle. Kapla! This is Dirac. It's time. Best speed to Mars.
Good luck out there. The Other isn't alone. They're bringing a large Terran invasion force along for the ride. I expect they'll do their best to loot and pillage in the wake of the Other's destruction. Do what you can to stop that. But remember, saving lives comes first. Get as many people out of Jupiter as you can. I don't doubt it. Better get moving. Captain...
You have arrived. Good. The enemy is approaching at high speed, and we have little time to prepare for battle. Deliver the defense upgrade to Jupiter Station at once. After that, evacuation efforts will commence. Defend the station and the evac ships when that happens. Power energy field detected. They're here!
Terran ships warping in near Projector Station Alpha.
The briefings are one thing, but to see the power firsthand is disturbing. In moments we lost the Borderskew, Jupiter Station, even Jupiter itself. The Terran in me hates to run from a fight, but we don't have a chance against that monster. We need to fall back to Mars.
battle at Jupiter Station barely slowed the invaders down. The other could attack here at any moment. Join us in transporting civilians from Mars and delivering them to the evacuation fleet in orbit. We'll conduct evac operations as long as we're able, and protect the transports from Terran attack. Take the refugees to the transports by the station. They'll carry them to safety.
I'd miss this party, did you?
I'm back! And look, I brought Terrans that don't want to shoot you.
Our station here. No transports remain. Get to Earth.
Remember, we're not fighting to win. We're fighting not to lose.
And just like that, Mars has fallen. Destruction and battle. A fitting end for a world named after a god of war. The Lisette went out fighting. It'd be suicide if we did the same. It's time to retreat to Earth while you're still able.
This might be our last stand. The science teams are still working on a way to reach the core of the other, but none of their efforts have been successful. We've transported as many as we can to safety, but at this point, a full evacuation is impossible. Glad to hear it. Every minute means more lives saved. Before you go, there's something I'd like to say. We're with you to the end. If we don't make it out of this, well, it's been an honor. Enterprise to fleet. Defend Earth at all costs. Buy as much time for evacuation as you can. Sean out.
Here we go, people! Once more, onto the breach!
Shields at maximum. All hands, brace for impact.
It will not be enough, Admiral.
Today is a good day to die.
Perhaps not, Chancellor.
Tactical, report. What just happened? Sir, there's another one. It's V'ger.
We came as soon as possible. V'ger will engage the other in battle, allowing you to focus on the Terran fleet. Understood. I will begin work on that at once. Protect your allies from the Terrans.
V'ger? The game's afoot, eh? So be it. I'm glad you're making this interesting. I was starting to get bored, if I'm being honest.
We will engage the other and defend the Earth from their attacks.
Terrans inbound. We'll handle them. Continue your assault.
Acknowledge, Conchu. Give them hell.
Vija is keeping the other engaged in battle. With my aid, you will now be able to breach their defenses and enter the interior of the other.
We need to move quickly. The sooner we make it to Wes and deploy the countermeasure, the better. Every minute we delay gives that mind of his time to figure out what we're up to and how to stop us. So, are you ready?
All right, we made it in, but we won't be here for long if we don't take out some of the other's critical systems. Let's work with Ilea to isolate a number of those systems. We'll divide and conquer here. You and the Defiant will tackle one set of targets, while Sean and I will handle the others. Care to place a wager on which group finishes first? All right, let's get this over with. Engage.
Teaming up with my doppelganger. This ought to be interesting.
Stay sharp. They're liable to throw everything they have at us.
I'd expect nothing less from the Emperor and his lackeys.
Have your ship scan those notches on the back of the vessel. They look important.
The notches are critical engine components. Disable them to reduce energy generation and flow.
Disrupting the other's power system buys more time.
Disabled, moving to the next set. Patriotism is dying for the Empire, not the Emperor.
What are those large pylons? They seem related to the plasma bolts that the other fires.
They are part of the bolt launcher system. Disable them, and the other will not be able to fire efficiently.
So, how do we disable these pylons?
Use the virus that I see it. Virus.
Taking some heavy fire here, Lita.
Worry about the virus, Captain. I'll worry about the ship.
More shields failing. Rear shield failing.
Those nodules below are definitely giving off some energy. But for what?
The nodules control a force field over the mouth of the vessel. Disable their shields, then destroy them.
Moving to engage the shield generators.
Acknowledged. Once they're down, we'll reach at the rendezvous point.
Everything's a game to you, isn't it?
Of course! And you should know, I always...
Approaching rendezvous coordinates now. Allied ships on sensors.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Time to enter the belly of the beast.
Look, that ship. It's a smaller version of the other.
Smaller, yes. But also deadly, judging by our sensor readings.
It's in our way. Let's do something about that so we can move on.
can't help feeling like we're being toyed with, though. That Wesley allowed us to come this far, like a cat playing with its prey. True. Let's hope there's still enough of Wesley that's human in there, and that he can be dealt with. I see no...